Zentangle is a meditative art form that is a relaxing method of creating abstract art using structured patterns. It teaches and focuses on being mindful and present. Hello, I'm SANDHYA MANNE. I'm an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher. In this channel, we talk about creating and practicing Zentangle, my own Zentangle Inspired Artworks and collectibles. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss out on any videos that we post every Tuesdays and Fridays. Welcome to yet another Zentangle Mini Project. Today's focus tangle in our Focus Flight series is called JUJUBEEDZE by CZT Rosie Hill. JUJUBEEDZE is a lovely border tangle. It's a bead-shaped tangle that is very easy to create. So I plan to use two other tangles along with JUJUBEEDZE for today's project. So I will be working on a white square tile with a black pen, pencil and stub. So go grab your supplies and let's get started. Okay, so here we are with our Focus Flight series video, and today's focus tangle is JUJUBEEDZE. So we're going to start with 4 dots on 4 corners and make our borders. So I'm going to make my border really close to the edge of the paper. So it's going to be like this. So make your lines gentle, and I'm joining them freehand. So there I have my border all set. Now I'm going to make a very simple string. So I'm going to make a line somewhere here like this. I'm going to divide it like that, a bit more here, like this. Okay, so don't worry about those pencil lines, it's all going to be fine. So let's get started with our first tangle, which is JUJUBEEDZE. The next thing I'm going to do is add a line right in the center and very so gentle. So this is going to be my center line here, right? So I'm going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 circles like that. Okay, really small and about the same size. And right, I'm going to pull a line right from the center up till here, and I'm going to make a circle here and give an aura circle to this. Okay, so I'm going to pull a line like that, and I'm going to repeat the same thing at the bottom as well. So I'm going to pull a line here, make a circle and an aura circle like this. Now I'm going to start somewhere here and pull a line to the center of the next circle here. So we're going to do this on all sides. So I'm going to repeat this in the bottom as well. So this is JUJUBEEDZE. Now I'm going to stack them right next to each other like this. So again I start with 5 circles in the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and I'm going to pull a line right from the center circle and make a bigger circle and a smaller circle. I'm going to repeat this right at the top as well. And now I'm going to pull out my lines like this. So my lines are slightly curved, it goes straight and it kind of curves out like that to give a bead shape, but you can make them cross like that also to give it a, to kind of give it a, you know, a diamond shape. So I'm going to repeat this again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and from the center I pull out a line. I make a circle. So again, I added my five circles. I'm going ahead to add my lines. Like that. So I got my 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I pull out my line. Like that. So I do have a small section here which I'm going to ignore. So I'm not going to worry about that. Or you can add a circle and kind of finish it like that if you have more space. So maybe you can add 1 or 2 and then kind of pull it out like that. But since it's just a small section, I'm going to ignore it like that. So here I am going to go ahead and make an aura like this. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this on all the intersections. So I'm going to repeat this again in the bottom as well. So like this. Now I'm going to fill this section with black. So that's going to be my next step. So I'm just going to connect these lines and then use my 08 pen to add the black. So I'm just connecting these. And let's add black. So I have my 08 and let's go ahead and start filling it up with black. So normally Juju beads is like a string, so it's connected from here. So the next bead is connected from here, and then you make the 5 center circles here, and then you make another loop, and the next one is connected. So it's a string like that. But for today's session, I wanted to break it and kind of use it in a different way, which is what I've done here. So here is my tile with JUJUBEEDZE all done. Now I am going to add an aura line both at the bottom and at the top, so I'm just going to give it a finish like that, and let's do that on the top as well. Okay, so this looks like a lovely border. So now let's get started with our second tangle here. This is called all boxed up. It's a lovely pattern, simple pattern, and looks interesting. So I'm going to outline this whole thing with my pen. So I'm going to trace my pencil line with a pen. Like that. So we're gonna make a grid. Now you can work over the nice, simple, beautiful grid, but I'm gonna make it a little wonky. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna make my horizontal lines that goes this way. Okay. Quite straight. They're not very much, they're not going wonky at all, or even if they are, it's very gentle. So I want these lines to be like this. Okay, so I'm going to make my horizontal line that goes slightly wonky, so we don't want too much of a ruffle, but just a bit. So like that. Okay, so our next step is to get started with the inside of the squares. So the first step goes like this. Okay, so I'm making a U. So this is an aura line, only 3 sides of the square. So I'm going to repeat this again right below. Now notice how I go up along this shape. So I'm just auraing this line. So if my line goes up, then I'm going to go up as well with the next aura line. So just go along with your lines. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same thing again inside. So we're going to go ahead and keep adding more lines like this, so until you get up to that far. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and repeat this. Then like that. So now we start with the second row. Now here we are going to go in the opposite direction. So this was facing up, now we're going to go facing down like that. So I'm going to go along with this line, so whatever shape it takes, I'm going to flow with that. Right, so now I'm going to repeat what I did here. like that. Like that. So let's start with our third row. So I'm again going to go ahead with my the U shape. The way it's turning out. There you go, I'm all done. Okay, so now let's get to shading. So shading for Juju beads is going to be very simple. We're just going to put a pencil right here. And here. So I'm gently blending it out, but not going too far. Like this. I'm also going to go ahead and add my pencil right below the beads here in the center and just kind of smoothen it out. I'm not really blending, but I just want that to stand out. You see how this looks too flat and this gives a nice 3D effect. So I want it to stand out, so I want to repeat this on all of them. So I'm just blending it, I'm not even pulling it out, just blending it. So you see how this gives a nice 3D effect. You can really see the center circle standing out. Okay, so that's what I wanted. Now let's move on to the shading of all boxed up. So we're going to go ahead and add a pencil right here. And I'm going to start repeating this in each of these lines. Okay, so let's blend this. Now you can either stop at this point, or you can also go ahead and give shading at this edge. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm just blending this. So like that. So that is our tile for today's session. This looks like a lovely sari out of my wardrobe with a beautiful border. So before we call it complete, let's put our initials. So I'm going to put my initials here, this empty space that's bothering me a bit. So I'm going to add my initials right there to fill that up. And now you can add colors inside these. You can add different colors, or you can even fill up the centermost rectangle that we have here. So only the centermost can be filled in, so that would look interesting as well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and add the centermost black to give it a bit of contrast. But as I said, that is optional. There you go. Oh, it looks lovely now. I like it much better now. So there is my Juju beads with all boxed up. So let's journal this. So today's date is 4th September. And we worked with, this is YouTube channel. YouTube Focus Light Series, and our first tangle, or our focus tangle, is JUJUBEEDZE, and our next tangle is all boxed up. JUJUBEEDZE was our focus tangle. Very good. Hope you had fun creating this project. I would love to see your creations, so head on to our FB group ZenBeez, where all the after party fun happens. Share your works there and check out the creations by other ZenBeez. Also, if you're sharing your works on social media, then please do tag me at SANDHYA MANNE or hashtag Tangle with Sandhya, so I get to see your lovely creations there. I do a Facebook Live every Friday at 10 a.m. India time on my Facebook page at SANDHYA MANNE Studio. So do join me and let's tangle together. If you want to deep dive and learn the Zentangle method, do contact me for either a group class or a private session. Slots are now open for the month of September, so email me to schedule your session. Now it's time to comment, so please comment below and let me know how you enjoyed this project, because that helps me plan out my next set of videos. Also, it's time to show some love, so please hit that like button, share the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next on Tuesday in our string safari video. Until then, remember to breathe and smile. See ya. Namaste.